today we are speaking with a health and wellness keynote speaker as well as a personal trainer. So we are getting our bodies and our minds right today. So y'all sit back, relax, grab a dumbbell, and put on your listening ears because it's time to get this show started. Come on, let's get it started. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh. Okay, anyway. They say the devil don't know what you're saying when you moan.
Come on now.
So my first guest today is a keynote speaker and also a wellness guru. She has been featured on Forbes and LA Parent magazines. She is also the author of I Can't Wait to Vote. Ooh, and I can't wait to bring her out. Y'all please put your hands together for Miss Tiffany Lanier. Yes! Welcome. Thank you so much. Please have a seat. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you. And you have on my favorite shoes.
I always break out the chucks.
Oh my goodness, you cannot beat the chucks.
Always break out the chucks.
I love it. I love it. So Tiffany, you're a keynote speaker
Yes.
and an entrepreneur, and your work centers on change and well-being. You even started the Morning Shift Company. Tell us all about that.
Yeah, the Morning Shift Co. is a personal growth and well-being company that's truly dedicated to helping us show up as our best, most aligned selves, particularly when we're navigating change, and so that we can focus on our well-being in the process.
Oh, I love it. So do you have any wellness tips when it comes to stress? The
'Cause we're all
holidays
stressed out.
yes. Because I mean, outside of everything that
stressed
else is going on, the holidays are not slowing down. They are on the way.
Yes.
So what are some great tips you can share with us?
When I think about stress, the first thing that comes to mind is presence. And so usually our stressful states is because we are either having anxiety about all the things that haven't quite shown up yet, or we're dwelling on something in the past and everything in between. And so taking actually a moment to be present and think, what is happening to me right here, right now. Right here, right now. And just really breathing. So I became a breathwork facilitator this year.
Oh, I love that.
I wanted to
breathwork facilitator. I love this talk.
Particularly because there's so much, we take our breath for granted.
Yes.
It comes naturally.
I'm a singer, so
We're
I don't.
always breathing.
But yes.
But what it can do to like regulate our nervous system, bring us back to the present moment, and really allow ourselves to become more centered in any given situation. And so when you're feeling the most stressed, presence. How can I show up for myself right here, right now? What do I need right now to help me through this particular situation? And take a nice deep breath. And trust me, it does a lot more than you think.
It resets the body, correct?
It completely resets the body and the brain.
I love it. I did not know about a breath facilitator. I'm so fascinated in you right now. I'm going to stalk you even more after the show. But I do know that there are cases, even something happened to me and I was just really hyperventilating many years ago. And I called my trainer and she said, stop the car. And she said, pull over and I want you to count backwards from 10 to 1. And I want you to just take deep breaths and it's going to reset your body.
Are you even breathing right now? Because you're holding your breath. Like we tend to hold our breath so much, just moving about, doing everything.
Yes.
And we don't take the time to take like nice, deep inhalations.
It's so true.
And it's free, y'all.
Come on, take a deep, can you show us how we're supposed to breathe?
Oh, I'm like, okay, let's see.
This is very important.
It is. And so, knowing where your diaphragm is, right here.
Come on now.
Right here.
She know her stuff, y'all. Come on.
But when we breathe, I always like breathe through the nose and out through the mouth. And really, so what we don't want to do is like tighten up.
Correct.
Right?
So let me say this to you. I'm so glad you said that. Breathing for me is definitely, you're going to bring it from your diaphragm.
Diaphragmatic
But remember, don't move those shoulders up because when you do, you're breathing up into your lungs.
Yeah.
And you don't have space.
And it's constricting.
Yes.
So then
you
become
breathe
more
here.
then you're more panicked.
Yes.
And you're like into a flight state.
So it's like this.
So.
Here we go. I'm going to show y'all something women don't like, a stomach. Here we go.
Yes.
So listen, not only do you speak about wellness, but you also went on to write, I Can't Wait to Vote, which is a message to others to get up and vote. What made you write your first book on voting?
I know.
Of all things you could have
all
talked
the
about.
things that I could have shared. Writing this children's book, so it is a children's book on voting. It does a couple of things. First, in change and well-being, it's because we're constantly navigating change, and we need to be well in order to show up to do all the many amazing things that we are here to do on this earth. And voting is really the foundation of us having a say in how society is structured for us to allow ourselves to navigate change in ways that honor our well-being. So for me, though it doesn't seem correlated, it doesn't seem to tie into some of the things that I speak about, it really is a foundational piece of being a participant in our
life, in
society, in our democracy.
I love that. And starting at a young age to prepare the mind to be engaged in what's happening in your society is so powerful.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it. Where again, many people that could have voted did not. I heard there were like a few 100,000 people who did not vote. What do we do to change that? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's really millions. It's like a third.
Okay, I just said hundreds of thousands. I know we can just
a third of the country doesn't vote. So why? A number of reasons why. Mostly because we don't really understand how it all works, how it all is tied into our everyday lives. From the stop sign that you see down the street, someone had to vote on putting that stop sign where it is right there, to the schools that our children attend, to the way healthcare either is or isn't showing up for us, right? So I think a lot of the time we kind of isolate a lot of these societal things that we see all over the place, which every time we walk outside, and we don't think how they're directly tied to laws that are being passed,
our power,
and the representatives who get to vote on those things for us.
Yes. And those representatives are in place because we voted on them.
Yes.
I mean, if you voted.
Right.
Anyway, so
yes.
Why do you think we go from being engaged to disengaged when it comes to voting or even taking care of our bodies? Because I mean, let's just use the 2008 elections alone. I mean, everybody and their mama showed up. Their grandmama.
That is when I was super engaged. That was my first election, and I was so excited.
Yes.
And I can tell you from my own personal experience, the next couple of election cycles, I tapped out. So I can directly tell you why we are engaged and we disengage, because we don't understand. And so for someone who is college educated, who was super excited to vote in 2008, by the time I graduated college, now I'm focused on like my career. Like you become not necessarily selfish, but you're focused on like what you need to do to survive every single day. And again, not fully understanding how it all ties in. And so we have to start understanding that everything is impacted by somebody's voice. So it's whose voice is being heard. Do you want your voice to be heard, or at least have a say in the possibilities of change, particularly for justice and equality and equity? Or do you want to leave it to other people to have a voice in what they think is most important? So becoming engaged again, if you are disengaged, and a lot of people were never engaged to start with. So it is taking this understanding in and saying, I actually want to have a say in what is going on in the world around me, and showing up for that.
And so I think the best place to start is childhood, and your book is right on point. Making sure you target the children, because I don't know if it was shared with us so much, the importance of voting and how important our voices are or would become, in time as we grow up. So where can we find this amazing book of yours?
Yes, you can find it at ican'twaittovote.co, as well as Amazon and barnesandnobles.com.
Okay.
You can reach it there. But this book was dedicated to my children. My daughter is on the front, like she is the story behind the book.
And is she here today? Because
she's
absolutely adorable. Oh my gosh, yay.